Good morning, everyone. It's Dwayne Pinnell with Transwest Truck Trailer RV on a beautiful, almost spring day in Kansas City. We are February 25th and it is really nice today. I have the pleasure of showing you a 2026 Renegade Verona LE, and this is a 40 LTS model. So the 40 LTS represents the particular floor plan that this coach has on it, and it's just under, in total length, 40 feet long. So if you like a coach that's shorter, certainly shorter than 40 feet, this might be one for you. As a Super C, this sits on a Freightliner chassis with an L9 Cummins engine. We have 360 horsepower on the coach. It has 20,000 pounds of tow capacity on the unit, so plenty of towing capacity for a stacker trailer with a couple of cars in it. I think that you'd find it was going to be a great vehicle if that's something you do. Maybe you're a car enthusiast and you want to tow those cars around to different shows or events, fairs, things like that. This would be a great unit for you for that. So I'm going to walk around the coach on the outside first, and then we'll take a look on the inside. And I'm just going to show you, first of all, that we have a great front cap here at the top. It does have a skylight with a power shade that will go down. And this exterior color is called Trailblazer in this particular Verona LE. And one thing that people like about the Super C is the accessibility to the engine. So with a couple of latches on either side that are loosed, just like so, I'll go to the other side and loosen the strap here. We can simply come to the front. They make it nice because they give you a little grab handle, and you can pull that cap forward, and voila, there's the engine exposed. So it makes it great for having mechanical work done on this engine, accessing some of the filters and fluids and everything that is necessary for the engine also. So again, great for that. As I'm here, we have a side camera on this side, and there's one exactly in the same place on the other side. So a very safe vehicle with the safety assure package that's on this. It gives you lane change alerts, and if we see this insignia right here, this is also a protective coating that's been placed on this hood in the front so that will protect the paint. And there's just a little defining line where you can see that that's been placed on here. But for other vehicles who might throw up debris or little rocks and things like that, it's going to assist in keeping the paint nice for you on that. I'm going to put this cap back here, and again, simply just pushing it back forward, and it has a slow effect for going down, so it's not just going to slam closed. Put the latch in like so, pull it toward me, and it's locked. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Have marker lights around the front. I'm going to point out some of the safety features of this coach. You have LED lights with marker lights here also, so it makes it nice and visible for people who are coming on toward you. They can see which way you're intending on going if those blinkers are on at all. And then moving on around, now this is an upgrade on this particular coach. This is the blackout grille, and this was an upgrade on the vehicle as an option item that we added to this coach when ordering it. And so this has the collision mitigation system on it. We've got some fog lights below, so it'll give you nice illumination if you're running in fog. And then moving around the other side, just a mirror image to what we saw over there. And then I'll lock this down also. And then of course you have the side mirrors. The lower mirror in this case is going to be a manual mirror that you can manipulate and move around. The upper mirrors, however, have a electronic button on the inside that you can adjust those for your viewing so that you can see down the side of the coach. Makes it easier for that. And this nice arm, if you would need to, can be loosened, and you can adjust that a little bit also. When opening the door, we do have a light that illuminates the entry here. So if you're accessible or capable of entering this way, you can certainly do that very easily. We've got a grab handle here. We have a grab handle on the door. Storage on the inside of the door, and I'll get to the inside completely in just a minute. We have the fuel fill here, diesel fuel. So there are two 50-gallon tanks on the unit. They do connect, but those are two individual aluminum tanks that you can fill on the vehicle. And then we have the side swinging doors on the coach. Makes it very easy to get in and out. And one feature right here, and it's running because we wanted it a little warmer on the inside of the coach as we go through it today, is the AquaHot 450D. So this is your hydronic heat source. It's going to provide you heat on the inside of the coach, as well as giving you continuous hot water in the coach. So you won't run out of that hot water. It's like a tankless water heater that provides all the heat that you need to. And these have a real nice latch when closing the doors. Makes it nice and easy. And then we have the dual pane windows just here. They are vented, so you can, from the inside, you can vent those out like an awning. So if there's fresh air like it is today, you could open those a little bit and draw some of that fresh air inside the coach, so you get rid of some of that stale inside air that there may be in there. Now, we'll get to it also a little later, but right here is an air line. So if you need air on your vehicle, want to blow up items like inflatables for a lake or something like that, maybe bicycle tires, maybe even some tires on your vehicle, etc., you can use that right there with an air line that's provided on the coach so that you can do that. Looking above, it does have a microwave oven that's convection. And this would be the exhaust for that just up there. And we see the external TV here. So your entertainment center with a sound bar, you can connect to Bluetooth, you can stream your movies or things like that, stream music from your phone through here. So you've got some outside entertainment as well as visual entertainment by watching movies, again, programming on the vehicle. And then it has a real nice closure. You can see this is full body paint all the way around the vehicle. And then again, these side swinging doors are really convenient for being able to access all the space below. Now, because we have the transmission running down the center of the coach, you don't have a full pass-through as you would have on a Class A vehicle, but certainly have a lot of space here. If you had a ladder or something like that, you could kind of stack it up toward the back there and have room to keep it there. So we have the two-step entry steps here. I have them locked out in the locked out position. So when we open the door, it's not going to continually retract and then every time you open the door come out when we're stopped. If we have the engine running and we put it in gear, this will retract anyway. It's a safety feature for saving your steps so you don't knock them off on something. But I have them on the lockout position. As you see, we have a keyless entry on the vehicle. This is a lighted grab bar, so in the nighttime you can illuminate this. So if you're approaching the coach at night and you need visibility, this will help illuminate these a little bit to give you access to this. And dual pane windows all the way around. We have a little entry light here as well. And then these have Girard awnings that deploy from the roof of the coach. So it will come out and it's got the angle bars that come out to provide shade on this patio area. Each of the slides have a slide topper, so it's going to protect those. Maybe you have tree debris, you're parking under a tree, it will shed that debris whenever you retract those into the coach and make sure that the top of your slides are nice and tidy. And then we do have docking lights, which is right here. So if you're parking in the dark, you have the illumination on the side with the docking lights. And then a lot more storage space. Now this one goes farther back. So you see, maybe you have a collapsible bicycle or a little scooter or something like that. It may fit here. Just inside here, we also have the travel bars. Now, you can put those on between the base of the coach on the inside wall and the slide, just to prohibit those slides from shifting or moving in at all while you're traveling. That's a safety feature that you can utilize. And then the last compartment on this side, you'll see that this is going to have the central vacuum system. That's what the hoses are for. We do have some extra floor tiles. Perhaps you might drop something. You will have the floor tiles so that you can replace those or have them replaced. And then you've got some electrical, and this is the clean out for that central vacuum, or you can plug that hose in here and use it outside. Maybe sweep the inside of your vehicle or side by side or something like that. And then on the rear cap, beautiful fiberglass rear cap. This does have a fiberglass roof on top. We have a lot of LED lighting. LED lighting here as well for marker lights, also for turning signal lights, etc. More lights down below, illumination everywhere. So makes the coach very visible, easy to see. Rear camera right there, so you can watch your tow vehicle as you're going down the road, or see behind you if you're not towing anything, of course, in your backup mode. And then the hitch here, again, I said we have a 20,000 pound hitch that you can hook up. It's got the electrical built in already, and it's got the Voyager system here also set up for you. So just really, really nice, very nice design, sleek, and the paint on this coach is beautiful. I love it. I love it with the blacked out wheels, which is also an upgrade and an option that was added to the coach. Continuing here, we have the Shore power cord, and we can simply undo this cap in the base here. It will go through so that you can run it through, still close the doors, and then plug the coach in. This is 50 amp service. There are 2 air conditioners that are heat pumps on the unit. And then we have a little pigtail. If you wanted to go from the 50 amp to a 30 amp, you can do that with a little pigtail they provide. We have a whole coach surge protector here. So after you go from the pole to the coach, it's going to help protect your electronics and everything that's electrical inside with the surge protector. We always advise, though, just as a safety precaution, to add another surge protector at that pole. You never know when you're going to have a power surge. In some of the campgrounds, they can be very, very full, so your power is regulated by the number of people there. However, if people start unplugging all of a sudden, you could get a little power surge and you can burn up some of your equipment. We don't want that to happen. So that's why we suggest that one would do that. And then this has the 8 kW quiet diesel Cummins owned generator here. So it'll run your coach if you're not plugged into shore cord with the shore power. Makes that nice. If you have your waist hose and you want to put it here instead of anywhere else in the coach, you can do that. Now this has your generator exhaust just right here. The docking light again on this side to illuminate the driver's side of the coach. Then we have the exhaust for the coach just here. And then this exhaust is for that aqua hot system. So it does produce some heat, and we're exhausting out right here with this particular hose. And then we have an outside power shower. So you have hot and cold water. You can hook it up to the system. And this has a 75-gallon freshwater tank. It has 75-gallon gray water tank, and then it also has 75-gallon black water. So you have plenty of tanks on here, and they are heated, by the way. So those are all heated tanks, protected for wintertime use. And you can see how nicely they've laid out all of the gauges here in this particular cabinet. You've got your black tank wash, the cable TV. If the campground has cable, you can hook there. And then you have your valves for your black tank here. You can open those, close them, etc. just there. And the same thing for the gray. And then you've got the low point drain. If you're winterizing the coach, want to deplete the coach of any water that's inside, you can do that from right there also. And then you'll see we have the macerator hose here, where you actually have a motor that will grind up the waste and dispense it then down in the septic or sewage system. And I might show you that for the Verona LE, the paint scheme is not only here, but just as a dressy feature also, it wraps around into the sidewalls and continues that paint scheme all the way from the side, around the sides of the slides and up. So makes it really, really an elegant look rather than just having that a solid panel of a different color. And then I'll bend down here, and just below here we have a couple of other valves too. Maybe you're going to use your larger hose instead of the macerator. You can hook the coach up that way also. And then some of your electrical components just here. You have the blue solar charging controller here. This does have some solar panel on the coach. So it's going to provide you some, if on a day like this, certainly some power that you wouldn't have to utilize some of your battery resource, or it's going to help keep that battery resource topped off, which is a nice feature on certainly the coach. And then this does have the Starlink system on board also. So that's a wonderful feature that's come up. So if you need internet connectivity, you'll have that. You'll get your TV reception. You can stream TVs. All the TVs inside and on the outside are smart TVs, so you can stream your programming. And then this has the Dragonfly lithium batteries, 3 battery packs here. Give you plenty of amp hours as far as just the lithium battery resources. A couple of batteries for the chassis on the coach as well. And again, the windows all dual pane. These will vent on this side just as they did on the other side that I showed you. And then we get to another tank fill. On this side, again, I told you it's 2 tanks, but you can fill twice as fast as some of the diesel resources out there. Loves, Flying J, pilots, all the big guys, truck stops, etc. You can fill on either side, starting the pump on this side and then do the satellite pump on the other side, fill twice as fast. And then your DEF tank just here. Again, the same type of mirrors on this side as on the other side. Easy access with the grab handles, just as I showed you before. Pocket for maps, for books, for rags, gloves, anything that you'd want there. And powered windows inside. And that's the exterior of the coach. Why don't you come on inside and let's take a look on the inside. So here we have a screen door. It does have a cover, so it'll keep your bugs out. Makes it nice for fresh air also, in and out. And put that in place. And then again, 2 steps here, and then 3 more steps on the inside to get in. So nice, even ability to get inside if somebody's more limited in their movement. They have grab handles on here, on the right, on the inside to get in very nice and easily. And just inside, first of all, we have a fire extinguisher. Grab handle on both sides, as I said. You have some lighting controls there, so you're not entering a completely dark coach. Battery disconnect just here. And then you have that step lockout there as well. And then an E-start also for the coach. And then Katie's going to come in and we'll just show you around the inside also. I'll start at the front here with the cab area. So Renegade has got some really comfortable seats. These are very comfortable for driving. One could drive certainly a long time with the comfort of these seats. And they are heated seats also. They will turn. I don't know really why you'd need the turning of the seats, but possible. And you've got plenty of seating back here. But it has a couple of different screens. As I wake up those screens with just the accessory on the key, you can see you can connect your Bluetooth here. You can go to a camera view. We can go back and then see the layout. The same layout on the top here as we see down here. So when you're driving and you have the blinker on in this view here, we still have navigation and some other components that we don't lose visibility of, but this is probably the easiest for the driver to see. So we're seeing down the left side of the coach, the slide is open, and then the right side of the coach. And then you see we have a rear camera view as well. And we've got the grid lines so it can tell you how close you're getting to something. Now this particular coach has the Curt Spectrum brake controller. So this is a brake controller that if you have a trailer that you're towing, the coach makes connectivity with the trailer and you can help with the braking system. You can control some of that right here. Nice smart wheel, easy cluster or display here that you can very easily see. And the steering wheel is both telescoping and also tilting. So based on your height and the visual that you need between, of course, the road and then this display makes it easy to set that up so it's easy for you as the driver to do so. We have a DEF gauge here showing your DEF fuel and how much fuel we have, and then how much diesel fuel also there is. So the DEF dial is indicated by a little blue dial, and then your fuel or the diesel fuel is indicated by the white dial. So everything right there. We have the displays of that steering wheel against a smart steering wheel. So I can go from home, and right now we can see the trip miles per gallon and the number of miles on this coach. Is a brand new coach. Your miles per hour, you want to see that while you're going down the road, you can have that visual. And then go back and I'll go down the other parts of the coach here as well. So you have your PSI and then your temperature gauge just there. And we have other sub-level menu items that you can go through. The soot level on the coach is good, it's okay. And then you have to start the regen process. We could do that too. Or I can go back and then I can continue to go through the menu. We have a tire pressure monitoring system here. And then you have your lock mechanism here so you can visually see what's going on your outside tires. I'm going to go to the wrench here, which also shows what's active and active alerts if there are any. Now it says that there's one, but we just saw in the display it came up. That's what it's regarding. And then any diagnostics that we need to go through. We can see how many engine hours there are before maintenance, etc., or just in the counter for your maintenance. And then transmission health. You have your filter status, your oil life, 100% oil level, etc. right there. Now then, this would be for your alarm clock. If you want to set one, you can do that. You can just set the time on the vehicle, your dash brightness. So I can hit the OK, it will illuminate the dash brightness, and then I can move on down from there. You can set up your lighting controls, your units of measure, Fahrenheit versus Celsius, etc. And then the time and the zones by which you want the clock to run on the coach. So anyway, very nice. Different languages, of course, here. And just to get out, I can hit the back button on the steering wheel. And we'll go back to the home menu. That's where you want to be. And boom, there you are going down the road. You do also have a speed control here, so if you don't like the digital display or you want to see something else in the display, you still have this speed dial here, so you can see what you're doing. We have the light display is on auto, so it's automatically going to turn on those lights for you, and you can turn them completely off. The fog light indicators right here if you want to turn those fog lights that I pointed to. while we were outside, you can do that. Now the key is on the left side of the coach as we enter here, but we do have the power windows, power locks. Here are the mirror display controls for the upper mirrors that I mentioned while we were outside also, left and right. You can set those up. And then great temperature control with the dash air that we have. We have a horn, air horn, and then lots of storage up here because these M2-106 chassis, and this is M2-106 Plus chassis, they're also for over-the-road trucks as well. So all of this is the same. Renegade converts this obviously to a very, very elegant coach as we're sitting in just here. And then the passenger, the driver's seats. The thing that some people may complain about if they've always had a Class A is perhaps the engine noise that they get up here. But because of the insulation, it is certainly not deafening by any means. You can talk at just a normal volume with your passenger and they can hear just fine going down the road. So I wouldn't use that as a something that's going to be of concern. And then we have the EQ Smart Level hydraulic leveling system here, and those dock lights. We have the trailer camera here. You have your engine light here, braking control, and then you have utility lights, your footwell lights if you want to light this area up here, work lights, and then your automatic brake control here you can turn on and off, and then lane departure warning here you could turn it off if you want to for whatever reason that might be, and then automatic traction control. All your dials for your heat and your air conditioning just here. Now you have a nice cup holder here. We have, because it's an over-the-road truck, some people still smoke, but anyway, that's there, easily removable as you can see, and you can toss it to the side or whatever. Nice carpeted area here, easy access because of this from the living quarters of the coach into the cab. Privacy curtain that goes all the way around for nighttime. And then, as I mentioned, the feature up here, if you have several people that you want to sleep in this coach, you can certainly do so with it. All it requires is simply pulling this forward into place, and then this cushion slides back so that it's even as far as height with the cushion underneath, and you have a nice large bed there. There is a control for the skylight to darken it there or leave it open if you want to see some moonlight during the nighttime hours. You can do that. And the controls for bunk lighting, etc., are just here to the left, as we see. It has USB-C and USB electrical outlets there. Here is the telescoping ladder for access to the area. Simply attach that there, telescope it down to the floor, and easy in and out of the space here for whomever may be staying there for the night. And then if you don't use this at all for a particular trip, or certainly for now, you can push that back again, make this cab nice and open. We do have a television here for the person or persons who may be up here so they can watch their programming. And then privacy also with the shade. Now understand, if that was pulled forward, this is going to darken out a lot of that, and also with the curtains drawn, it will certainly darken it out also. Now this coach has the Westfield decor package on the inside. That's what we're seeing in here. And the cabinets are the Lakewood. So this nice, rich, medium-toned wood is the Lakewood solid hardwood cabinets. Renegade has some beautiful cabinetry. And for the style and type coach it is, a lot of storage space, both upper and lower. We have the reclining seats here, the theater seats, and if you want to separate those a little bit, you certainly can do so just by pulling that forward. They are powered, so they will go in and out. And then they also, for the headrest, it is under power as well. You can tilt that forward, so it's appropriate for whomever is sitting there. And then we have a USB charger, USB-C charger here as well. And then if you want to have a drink or have a little snack or something while watching TV, you can do that from right here. Beautiful valances throughout the coach. And then the nighttime shades on this vehicle are powered. So under power, you can hit the switch, the control on remote control, and it will bring all of those nighttime shades down. For daytime shades, they are manual. So each of the windows have the daytime shades just to filter the sun, simply tugging that down. And then they'll simply retract also. Windows here are vented, so we can lift those up to get some of that fresh air I was referring to outside. Turn the little dials here for venting these side windows and getting some of that fresh air. Televator TV, there is a window behind it as well. So with the televator TV, there's a button over on the wall that you can bring that down and set it into place. Maybe you're not watching programming, you're just visiting with your guests or family members, etc. Having a little family meeting. You can do that without the TV. And then a sound bar up here. And then this will make it's like a jackknife bed, but it also has a storage drawer underneath. So again, more storage as I mentioned earlier. We have a little stuff in there. There we go. But nice storage there. And then for this bed, we can simply, for not a large person, but a small person, you can simply put that out very easily like so. More electrical. And then into the kitchen area, we have a 1.7 cubic foot Samsung convection microwave on the coach. Nice guide, cooking guide on the side, and this does have a feature called Slim Fry, so it has an air fryer built in as well. Kitchen window on the vehicle gives you a lot of nice natural light, and then the ceramic tile on the back for this particular decor package on the backsplash, and to decorate the kitchen a little more nicely. True induction cooktop with 2 burners. And then this solid surface countertop is beautiful with the veining throughout. It's gorgeous. And then we have a cabinet here that's got the glass in case you wanted to hook up a DVR player, Blu-ray player, something like that. Your red light to actually remote control can read then through that glass and adjust volume controls, fast forward, etc. just here. And we do have an HDMI cable already hooked up to the coach. Now this coach has the full extension drawers, but I'm going to call to your attention that it does have the dovetailed drawers. So this is an indicator of the construction quality in this Renegade Verona LE. And it has the soft close drawers. Even the wood used for the drawers are really nice. It's beautiful wood. Overheads. Renegade provides you with a lot of different manuals on the coach. Great residential style faucets and hardware, door pulls, etc. Huge stainless steel sink for washing your pots and pans, dishes. Maybe you're taking a baby along. That's a great place for a baby to have a bath. And then the cabinet space below, plenty of room for a trash can. I just want you to get a great idea of all the storage provided here. And then rounding out the kitchen, more cabinetry, pantry space, push the drawer releases, and the construction, again, just beautiful. These roller glides are very easy to push in and out. You do have a release feature, pushing it in first to release those. And then here we have a little breaker box, and to control your breakers, fuses, and things like that. Get into the cabinet, there's the breakers. And more breakers. Now every time we see the vents here and here, those are for that hydronic heat from that aqua hot system. Again, I told you it provides heat in the coach, and so those are the registers for your heat supply when using the unit. These are heat pumps also. Two of these 15,000 BTU air conditioners that are also heat pumps. So anything above 40-degree temperatures, these are going to take the heat off of the coach certainly. But the great thing about this coach also is what I'm standing on is the ceramic tile floor. Now this is an upgrade, and also these are heated floors. So we can heat these up nice and toasty. So supplementing this heat coming from here, the floor heat, if you give it time to heat up, will make it nice and toasty in here. More cabinetry as we see all the way across here, the same depth from the front of the slide to the rear of the slide. And then European style booth dinette, electrical, and this does make a bed. So this will push down into place, so that if you have another person that needs to sleep in the coach, this is a good space for that to happen as well, with some storage underneath. And you'll see this cushion, so when that table is pushed down into place for sleeping, this cushion then fills that space on the table, both sides, to provide your cushioning for whomever is sleeping there. And just, you can see, beautiful soft touch vinyl leatherette furniture, sconces, just beautiful lighting, padded ceiling. Now the floor, underneath the floor tile here, has 2x4s as well as wood above those 2x4s. So it's very sound dampening, so when you're going down the road, you're going to have a quiet ride here. It also is very insulating as well, and then you have the padded walls, padded ceilings, a lot of insulation in the walls, so makes it nice and tidy, easier to heat up the coach, easier to cool the coach down also. So Great feature of the coach, and again, another very elegant feature. And then moving back to the kitchen area, you have this 17 cubic foot Samsung refrigerator side by side. With the freezer below with an ice tray. So you still have access to your ice. And this is all run from your inverter. So on board, we have an extra inverter on this coach. So there are actually two 3000 sine wave inverters on the vehicle. And here are a lot of the controls. So right here at the center of the coach, where you enter the coach, you can turn on all your lights. We have the home page. We can see what's going on. You have a master light control there, your tank levels there. We have a water pump, your tank heaters that can be turned on. The generator is running, and you see the health of these batteries. Chassis batteries are 12.2 volts right now. The house batteries are 13.4 volts. And then we have the AC, what's going on there. But you have your lighting control for the different areas of the coach. So the front master lights, the interior master lights. We have the rear lighting, exterior lighting controls as well, and then scene lighting, and then the RGB controller also. So all right there. This is actually the temperature control for the vehicle. Your vents, your floor bays and climate, and then your aqua hot if you wanted to turn that on the electric side. We actually have it on the burner side now. We're not plugged into the coach, or the coach is not plugged in. Fan controls and the TV lift, so you can turn on the fans in different areas, and you've got your bunk shade from right here also. Slide controls. So we have the awning controls here as well, but you could do your leveling from the coach with an app for your phone. So it has a connectivity that you can utilize there. You have the front slide. You have another front slide, because this has two opposing slides in the front area, in the living room area of the coach. And then you have the rear bed slide just there. So everything nicely laid out. You can set up everything. You can look at some of your diagnostics on the vehicle. And still a little cabinetry here. And that's where your Starlink is right there, controller. As I told you, it was on board. Even a little storage above, and that's deep storage. So if there's something that you don't get to always, you can put it toward the back of that, have access to it when you need it. Maybe pots and pans with a nice organizer up there so they're not going to slide around or rattle going down the road. Privacy door to separate. It's a nice heavy door, so solid door. To separate the living room and bathroom area from the living area. And then we do have the stacked washer dryer, another option added to the coach. Dryer above and the washer below. And I don't know if you can tell it from the video, but again, it's nice and warm in here, first of all, and then the heat has not been running all that long, but it's also quiet on the inside. We've got the generator running on the coach, and then your aqua hot is running right now on the coach. We have a little bit of a rumble, and just it's almost soothing, but it's very nice. And then I mentioned on the outside also it has the central vac system. So with a whisk broom, you could take it on this tile floor, sweep it back to this area. It's going to take what you sweep up down to the unit that I pointed out earlier. And then also we can push in that hose, so you can move that hose around throughout the coach as well. Stepping back, The vanity medicine cabinet on my left, video right. Nice storage space for towels, washcloths, and then the solid surface countertop, as you see, continues just as in the kitchen with the same backsplash. Again, those full extension drawers, and they're a little hard to pull, only because even when there's contents in there and they're a little heavier, you don't want them just flying out all the time while you're going down the road making turns. But lots of storage. Privacy for the stool room and the shower. So a door that comes across there. It has a fantastic fan in the bathroom to evacuate any kind of humidity that's built up in there, or even a little bit of heat. It'll take that out also. And then you have a macerating toilet we saw. So you've got the power flush toilets here, the ceramic stools in the coach, storage above, and then a privacy door to separate the bathroom from the bedroom, and then again, as we said, the bathroom also from the living quarters. They do lock into place. You heard that little snap. And I want you to see all of the storage in this master bedroom area. It's very nice. Television. Maybe you're someone who watches TV before falling asleep at night. Nice flat screen smart TV. Another cabinet with the glass, so that again, if you want to hook up another piece of equipment, you could do that. And then nice wide drawers here. Again, all dovetailed. The storage and the quality of build on this Renegade is very, very nice. Again, padded walls here. Maybe you're a late sleeper, somebody rises early. It's going to be nice and quiet in this area to continue sleeping. Have the darkening shades, the overhead lights if you're somebody who reads to fall asleep or just likes to read in general. I'll open these cabinets above. Very deep with electrical back there also. And then hard to see on the video, but here we have controls also for some of the lighting and functions of the vehicle here. Side windows that do vent, so you can draw in some of that fresh breeze, just as the other areas of the coach. Ceiling fan. Here's that other 15,000 BTU AC unit. Nice mirror back in the back. I checked my hair, it was fine this morning. Stupid old man joke. And then great hanging space. Lighted. The lights came on when I opened the cabinet. Easy to see what you're looking for. And then again, all of the cabinets, just plenty of places to put your items that you take along from top to bottom. Courtesy lighting here, so at nighttime maybe you want to leave those on. Somebody gets up in the middle of the night, it's easier to see doing so. Here's another one of those registers for the heat. And then a memory foam mattress. Very comfortable for sleeping. So that's about it on the inside. Again, this is a 2026 Renegade Verona LE 40 LTS. I'm Dwayne Pinnell, DWAYNE.PINNELL at transwest.com is my email. That's my cell that you see, 816-516-5312. If you like this coach, if you'd like to investigate the possibility of making it yours, I'd like to hear from you. And call me directly. You don't have to go through our switchboard. You can just call me, 816-516-5312. It's my cell. If I'm able to answer the phone, I will, unless I'm with other customers. I won't be rude enough to answer the phone in front of them, but I'll always call you back. So please do so. And I'm so thankful for your time today that you spent with me while I went around the outside and the inside of this coach. And I hope to hear from you soon for this or maybe any of our vehicles here on the lot at transwest.com. I thank you again for your time, and until our next time, see you soon.